Well, with the 4th of July holiday comes cookouts, picnics. We celebrate our independence, and many of those cookouts and will most likely offer beer and other alcohol for that matter. And you may think that, well, just one drink, that's not going to hurt. You might be surprised. Our next guest is going to explain to you why. Attorney Michael Farlow joins us this afternoon. Michael, thanks for coming in. First off, appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
There are some staggering statistics regarding drinking and driving.
There really are. You know, on average in the U.S., about 30 people a day die as a result of an alcohol-related injury. And 1/4 of all alcohol-related fatalities have something to do with alcohol. There's about 1.5 million people every year in the U.S. that are arrested for DUIs. And the tragedy is, none of it has to happen.
That is an absolutely astonishing figure. A lot of people will think, oh, it's okay if I just have one, I'll be okay to drive, but that's not necessarily the case, is it?
Not at all. You know, a lot of people, they go ahead, they have that beer, they have a mixed drink, but they don't realize exactly how much alcohol they're putting into them. In the state of Maryland, you're impaired at a 0.07 blood alcohol content. And what that means is that you put in a little bit of alcohol into your system, and before your body gets rid of it, it stays in that blood system. Now, if you take a beer,
okay,
and you pour just a 12-ounce beer, that's the equivalent of a 0.02 blood alcohol
content. That one beer
content.
will bring you up to a 0.02. Okay.
0.02.
All right.
And if you pour yourself a glass of wine,
yeah,
I know a lot of people like to have wine with dinner.
right, right.
That right there is about a 0.02.
That'll bring you to a 0.02.
And if you fill it up, you're going to be about a 0.04.
Really? Just one drink?
Just one drink.
Okay.
But where people really get into problems is when they start having mixed drinks of alcohol.
Okay.
Because you've got the beer at a 0.02, or this at about a 0.04.
Uh-huh. Which is quite a bit to drink there.
It's quite a bit to drink. But this little shot glass,
Okay.
that's 1 ounce of alcohol, and that's 0.02.
Really?
And when you're out at a bar and you order a mixed drink, you don't realize how many of those little shot glasses are going to be in whatever it is that you're drinking.
Right.
Margarita,
Okay.
perfect summertime drink. That's 1 shot of tequila.
Right.
Two shots of tequila.
Okay. And you have some experience. I mean, this is hands-on application that you've got here because you've
Yeah.
done this.
This is, it's a shot of triple sec, along
Okay.
with a little bit of lime juice.
Right.
I've actually been mixing drinks as a volunteer at various organizations for about 10 years, so
Right.
I know what goes into them. And I've also been a volunteer firefighter for almost 2 decades.
Okay. Now this, again, total volume. That's not that much to drink.
That's not that much to drink, but what I just put in this cup here would bring you to a 0.06.
Really?
If you have a margarita
Okay.
and a shot on the side or a beer,
Right.
you're impaired.
So that will actually bring me close to, if not actually at, the limit.
Exactly.
Wow. Okay, now we had something come up about the Red Solo Cup.
Mm-hmm.
Explain to me about that. I think we have a little graphic here we're going to try to show you about the Solo Cup.
Well, if you've ever looked at a Red Solo Cup, you know that there's little lines that are on the Red Solo
Right,
Cup.
yeah.
And these aren't exact measurements.
Okay.
But if you're out drinking, it gives you a good approximation. The little line that's there at the bottom is about an ounce. So if you're pouring yourself a shot of something, no ice in the cup, but if you're just pouring yourself a shot of something,
Right.
that's going to be about an ounce. Most Red Solo Cups have a line about midway up, and that's about a 5-ounce pour, which would be your cup of wine, or if you're drinking a really heavy mixed drink.
Okay.
Okay, and then all the way to the top, the line just before the top, that's 12 ounces, and that's where your beer pours at.
And it's a good way to keep in your hand an idea of how much you really are drinking because you can drink a whole lot more than you thought.
Exactly. But the really important thing to know is if you go out anywhere and you're drinking, have somebody drive you. So many people. I used to be a prosecutor. I'm a defense attorney now. I can't tell you the number of people who have DUIs who say they just didn't realize how much they were drinking. And the key to not getting behind the wheel drunk is if you have some alcohol, have a buddy drive you back.
Have somebody with you. It's as simple as that. Thank you so much, Michael, for joining us today. Some very hands-on information and great stuff, too. We appreciate that. Now, a whole bunch of information here just in case you missed it and you'd like to get in touch maybe perhaps with Michael Farlow. All you have to do is go to DelmarvaLife.com, click on the show tab, Michael.